Hi, good morning, gems. I'm so sorry it took me so long to make a video throughout this snowstorm and all of this craziness. I made it by the grace of God. In this video, we're going to discuss the not so pretty but the authenticity of what us women typically face, most of us, in toxic relationships. This is going to be our woman's handbook on leaving things and people that do not serve your highest good. Stay tuned. Oftentimes, we found it hard to get out of certain relationships where it kind of was pretty much impossible, it felt, to leave something or someone behind that did not serve your highest good. Learning and using skills to implement you in your recovery, which it's recovery, that you can be in a place mentally, not only mentally, but physically and emotionally, where you can prioritize yourself. I'm going to give you a list of things that I feel as though it's helped me in order to learn, not only learn, but kind of prepare myself for learning what self-respect is. Follow along. Taking ownership. Taking ownership not only allows you to see what part you played in the relationship, but it gives you a broader perspective of what it is that you're bringing along when you are entering these relationships. It's crucial to understand the role that you play because if you are in control of anyone, it would be yourself, correct? So I would think only when you are in a place where you are accepting the part that you played in the situation, it'll help gear you for avoiding those type of patterns within you and moving forward with anybody else, friendships, relationships, it doesn't matter. Prioritizing self. Prioritizing self is super crucial. If you don't understand or recognize the importance that you are in this relationship and who you are in this relationship being important, then the whole list, you can just throw it out because you have to understand that. And if you're not in a position to receive that, then you're not ready for this video, unfortunately. You would have to be completely open and honest about caring about yourself. It's true. And you can at least put forth the effort if you took yourself seriously. And it's a no judgment free zone, of course. I mean, we all had to get there. We all had to take certain steps. It's fine. I promise you. I didn't just start prioritizing myself overnight. I had to go through things. I had to learn myself. I had to allow myself to go through all of the ugly, all of the humiliation, in order for me to start saying enough is enough. Didn't happen overnight. And I know I got a lot of people frustrated because of the pace that I was moving, but I always understood my truth, and I always understood that I had to do things in a way that were conducive for me. So trust me, no judgment. Seek support. Seeking support is imperative because you can do it by yourself. I'm not going to say you can't, but it'll be beneficial for you in the long run because you have a professional, either a professional or a friend or a close family member, where you can come up with skills of finding a different outlet, going out, being around people, learning certain skill sets that you haven't yet discovered because you've been essentially under a rock. All right, let's just keep it real. You know, that person barricaded you with their time and energy and sucked you dry. Now you have to relearn yourself from the start, you know, and it's okay. And actually, in fact, it can be a good experience having to relearn yourself. You know, it's not easy. It's in the beginning, it's ugly. Towards the middle, you start becoming more, and then you blossom into a butterfly again. That's the beauty of it all. I've been in relationships where I've had to mother myself and nurse myself and encourage myself. One thing about me, though, I'm going to say that I do not like to sit in pity for too long. Do you? I mean, you know, you have to, knowing that you are only allowed one life, you know, you want to make it as good as possible. You want it to be the best thing possible. And my children being my core goal of healing, it's always been essential for me. It has never been a question in my mind to not be a better version of myself, especially understanding cycles and generational hurt and pain and things that, you know, were inflicted early. You wanted to kind of change the pattern and overall change the narrative, and that's very important for me. Believe it or not, I feel as though my legacy means more than anything to me because that's what's attached to my name. I'm not a quitter. I don't give up on myself. I don't give up on anything. You know what I mean? So I want you to speak that to yourself. I want you to know how amazing of a woman you are. I want you to see how far you came and all the obstacles that you overcame that challenge you to get to where you are today. It's not by mistake. Nothing's not. And anything that you experience, it either can make or break you. That's the fact of the matter. And you are in control of that. Right? Side rel, there was a thing that I heard on a series, and I don't know, I had to make sure I kept it in my toolbox. But anger and resentment only hurts the person that is holding on to it. How profound is that? I mean, it's true. It's true. I lived my life in my early stages being angry, and I had to learn the hard way that life doesn't owe me anything. Yeah. The more you put forward towards yourself, the easier it gets. So as of right now, it may seem like, oh my gosh, what is Star talking about? Well, I hope not. If you're at this point of the video, I hope you don't think that. But yes, super true. When you get to the point where you are putting forth that effort and you're giving yourself more love and you're spending more time with yourself, you're speaking affirmations into yourself, you're praying to God, you are breathing life back into yourself, it gets so much easier. Trust me, it gets so much easier. I started to become more comfortable with being alone. I know it's not that that's the goal, of course, you know, but enjoying it. I had a friend of mine say, "Oh, Star, you seem like you're all sad and lonely." Why do I seem sad and lonely? There was nothing that was giving sad and lonely, just off the fact that I am single. And being single doesn't make me feel alone. I've never felt more alive. I've never felt more alive in my life. I mean, I think it's perception. It's perception. Because he might think that being single is synonymous for being lonely. I'm not lonely. I'm happy. I love it. I enjoy beating at the own beat of my drum. Not having to answer to someone about anything or speak to. I am spending time that's much needed for myself. And I can't trade that in for the world. And I say that wholeheartedly. And whether you are with so when you do come into a relationship, whether you're with somebody or not, that's not a determining factor, having somebody. That person doesn't identify you. You identify you. You don't wait for a relationship to come in with things and you start making them your. No, you bring them together and you both find common interest. You know what I mean? And when you don't have your stuff together, people can sense it. Believe it or not, people they can sense it. And it's not a matter of whether they do or they don't. But I mean, let's not leave ourselves vulnerable for things to, give people something to talk about, right? I mean, people are cutthroat. Well, I'm glad that I can give you my list of things, you all. I'm so sorry that I had to delay the video with the snowstorm but I thank God that I did it because it was very important and I didn't want to rush it because I felt like this was a really important topic to discuss. It's definitely something that I didn't want to rush and put together, but it was essential to make sure I created this video. So yes, I will be back with another video. I do want to make sure that I touch on more topics. Tell me whether or not my videos are too short, too long. What do you want me to discuss? I'm open to discussing women-related matters that I feel in our community we need to hear, especially during these times. I know my grandmama would be rolling in her grave right now, but yes. So please, you guys, and till next time, gems, I had a fabulous time with you all, and I love you and understand that you are great, and thank God for another day of strength and love and fulfillment. And you'll look back at all of this one day and you'll laugh and you'll understand that this is one scratch or bruise that created a monster. The ugly truth of what beauty attains is that pain resides as long as you keep it there. Till next time, thank you.